Hi, everyone. It's Benita Perkins with Durham County Public Health and Executive Director of Bend Girl Healthy Lifestyle, Branding and Communication. And we're doing a webinar today on the summer slump. Um, I don't know when you're going to see this, but as of these past few days into next week, it's been really, really warm, not just here, but all over the United States. So we're talking about triple digits. So I thought it was appropriate to have this background to think about the breezes we could be feeling if we were near the ocean. So today our topic is avoiding the summer slump. And we know in the summertime is sometimes it's hard to get that movement in, which is, as you well know, or as I've always talked about, one of the three tenets of self-care. But let's get started and see how we can get around this slump. I'm going to take myself off camera and let's start the webinar. I do have to share my screen, don't I? There we go. Slaying the summer slump. This is a topic I think we all need to be thinking about. The heat is on this summer. As temperatures rise, it may be difficult to get that run in because, let's face it, who wants to sweat more? In sweltering heat, it's nice to sit outside or sit inside in the air condition and enjoy a cool drink or find a nice air conditioned venue to escape to. But the summertime is the best time to get outside because of the variety of exercise opportunities. Bicycling, running, zip lining, paddling, swimming, skating, and hiking are some of the fun multisensory opportunities to get fit and enjoy your surroundings. Another motivation for exercise outside this summer, enjoying your outdoor surroundings. But we need to exercise safely in this heat. When we exercise, we generate internal heat, which our bodies shed by sweating and shunting warm blood away from our core and toward the skin. High outdoor temperatures can make this process falter. Body heat builds up and our hearts labor to send additional blood toward the skin. The main way our body cools itself is through the evaporation of sweat on our skin. We glisten with sweat and the same run, stroll, or ride that felt tolerable during cooler weather now drains us. Some people are profuse sweaters, while others turn red and hardly sweat at all. How much each of these two methods contributes to cooling can vary from person to person. The effectiveness of our body's cooling also depends on ambient conditions. The drier the conditions, the more effective sweat is at cooling us. But in high humidity, the air is saturated with water vapor, causing our sweat to drip ineffectively off of our body. In this situation, in these situations, our body continues to produce more sweat in the hopes of cooling off. So humidity really is the culprit of hot weather activity because our sweat really doesn't help us as it would in normal conditions. The time of day is important and kind of a no-brainer, but exercise during the cooler times of day when the sun is not as at its peak seems intuitive, right? Completing your workout before 10 a.m. or starting after 4 p.m. is the optimal time period. And I would say, you know, maybe after 6 p.m. Until we really get into that I don't want to call it daylight savings, but until we start to see the sun go down earlier. It can be really hot at 4 or 5 o'clock, in June and July. So you might even want to think about after 6 until you get into the time when we start to lose daylight savings. Unless you're training for an event that takes place in the daytime heat, avoid exercising from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's the hottest part of the day, and generally the early morning is the best time to work out, especially if it's going to be a scorcher that day. And let's talk about clothing choices. Stick with light colored, lightweight clothing that reflects light and deflects body heat. The lighter color will help the evaporation of sweat. You may also want to try specially designed high-tech running shorts and skirts with moisture wicking um, options. Moisture wicking clothing works by allowing moisture to be pulled from the inner layer of the material to the outside, which lets sweat more easily evaporate. While it may seem counterintuitive, it's actually the evaporation of sweat that provides you with a cooling sensation during a workout. Synthetic fabrics like nylon and polyester are hydrophobic, which means they resist the penetration of water. That's why you see a lot of synthetic fabrics excel at moisture wicking because they repel the water. Nylon is considered the best performance fabric because it's breathable like cotton, but also has the ability to wick sweat away from your body like polyester. So it keeps you dry and comfortable no matter what you're doing. Stay hydrated. Need I say more? Stay hydrated throughout your workout and replace electrolytes and salt lost through sweating. When you sweat, your body loses not only water, but electrolytes and salt. This delicate balance of water and electrolytes is crucial to keeping your body functioning properly. The physical repercussions of not staying hydrated is dehydration, leading to lightheadedness and nausea. If not recognized, dehydration can even result in kidney failure or, in extreme cases, death. However, if you drink too much water without replenishing your electrolytes, you can experience hyponatremia. This can lead to confusion, nausea, muscle cramps, and seizures. So it is possible to drink too much water. Let's look at some cooling options. An icy beverage before a hot workout will help with hydration and provide a combination of perceptual and actual cooling. Aim to drink about 16 ounces of cold fluid 20 minutes or so before you head out. Drinking closer to the session start could cause stomach upset during your workout. So you want to drink far enough in advance to make sure that the liquids digest in your system. Slapping a cold washcloth onto your neck or donning an ice vest like this woman has here, or slipping into athletic undergarments that have spent the night in the freezer can likewise help with coolness, if not comfort, during hot weather exercise. So can gentle misting of chilly water on your face or licking an ice pop. Walking and running, choose your routes. And here I have a website that provides routes based on your zip code. If running, hiking, or biking is your thing, choose routes that take advantage of shade through parks and shaded paths. The U.S. Athletic Foundation has running routes in its database, which I'm showing here, for most cities. So check for your town. If you can, choose shaded trails or pathways that keep you out of the sun. In an urban area, it is likely that the concrete will have retained a high amount of residual heat that will radiate back at exercisers later in the day to make you feel even hotter. So technically, you want to be not on cement when you're running. in hot weather. Try to walk or run or cycle on dirt or gravel paths, since asphalt and concrete, oops. Try to walk, run, or cycle on dirt or gravel paths, since asphalt and concrete tend to radiate heat back and reflect the sun's rays. If you live near water, take advantage of the breeze on steamy days. If possible, start out with the wind at your back, so when you're finishing, you'll be running into a headwind, which is cooler. Cool down with essential oils. Dabbing a few drops of peppermint or eucalyptus oil on the back of your neck and at your temples just before your workout provides a cooling effect and also opens up your nasal passages so you can breathe a little easier when the air is humid. In fact, research has found that athletes who sniffed peppermint during their workout ran faster, had greater grip strength, and could do more push ups than those who did not sniff the peppermint. Hmm. And refuel with fruit. Fruit has more than 80% water, so fruits like grapes, watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew are a tasty way to replenish fluids and boost your energy post workout. Freeze them for a refreshing treat. Other good options: smoothies, frozen yogurt, or jello with fruit chunks. They provide the perfect mix of carbs and fluid, and they're easily digestible in the summer heat. If you've lost a lot of salt, hint, your clothes have white sweat stains after workout. Replace sodium by drinking V8 or a sports drink. Swimming. Oh my God, pool shenanigans. Swim at one of the many local pools open in the summer and that provide a low impact cardio option in a cooling H2O environment. It invites all fitness levels from beginners who need to use a noodle to advanced swimmers. Try new activities. A new outdoor park opened near us that offers paddle boating. It's fun and different, and it's a different way to enjoy the outdoors close to home. Have you ever wanted to be on a crew team? You know, those paddle crew teams that you see out on the rivers? Check out the below sites, and I'm going to do it on the next page to find out where you can participate. More accessible opportunities include swimming, gardening, washing a car, hiking, and really anything you can think of that will have you outdoors moving. But again, within the thought of the time of day, the type of clothing you have on, and whether you can drink that cool drink beforehand. And this is paddling. We have the crew team at the top corner. Um, Again, we're talking about new activities. We have paddle boating, which I am dying to try. And then we have canoeing. So we have kayaking, which is the person uh, on the canoe by herself, stand-up paddle boarding, and canoeing, and then crew. And these are some options for finding these opportunities. Paddling, there are locations all around the country. Here in North Carolina, WakeGov, www.wakegov.com, WakeGov County has locations where you can paddleboard, which lots of lakes. There's so many lakes around here. And wherever you are, where there's a lake, there might be the opportunity to paddleboard. So, and then rowing. These are websites for row teams where you can join and be part of a rowing crew. Who knew? And lastly, zip lining. A zip line is a pulley suspended on a cable, usually made of stainless steel, mounted on a slope. It is designed to enable cargo or a person propelled by gravity to travel from the top to the bottom of the inclined cable by holding on to or being attached to the freely moving pulley. Longer and higher rides are often used as a means of accessing remote areas like rainforest canopies in Brazil. and or in Costa Rica. In the 1970s, wildlife biologists set up zip lines as a way to study the explored dense rainforest of Costa Rica without disturbing the environment. The business idea for zip lining canopy tours developed from these uh, exercises with reviewing the rainforest. And there are several zip line locations in North Carolina, including the Triangle and places in, the suburbs. Maybe I know we went to a place about maybe an hour away that was, out in the country, and they had an excellent zip lining combination. So just the opportunity to do that, as you could tell, as you're zip lining, the breeze is blowing in your face. It's very cooling to do that in hot weather. And then practice random acts of fitness. Sneak in little bits of exercise with some summer-friendly activities. For example, gardening, as this woman is doing, can burn up to 140 calories. Washing the car can burn 30 for 30 minutes, burns 125 calories for a 140-pound woman. Walking your dog can burn about 100 calories. Mowing the lawn, 176 calories. And where am I? Oops, sorry. Hula hooping can burn about 7 calories a minute. So playing with your kids, like hula hooping, can burn, yeah, you can jump rope. There's all kinds of ways to kind of be a kid at heart and have fun with this. I say hula hooping, but playing with kids like hula hooping and being a kid at heart is another opportunity to get some movement in. Um, Probably best after 5 p.m. Note that it's important to listen to your body. Feeling lightheaded, dizzy, or weak, or if you incur muscle cramps, rapid heart rate, headache, or tightness to the chest, they're all signs to stop what you're doing, especially if you're not used to exercising in warm weather. Respect and take it easy in extremely high temperatures. Set your time to enjoy the outdoors and enjoy that cool drink after your summer activities because you've earned it. And again, I'm Benita Perkins, Durham County Public Health. There's my emails both here. If you have any questions, want to reach out, feel free. And anyway, I'm going to stop sharing. I hope this information was helpful and will get you in the mindset of actually going out and doing something this summer, finding the opportunities to do things, but just doing them in a way that's going to provide the least discomfort and the most fun. Anyway, talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks.